I'm afraid that you've been rejected again. We're not going to be able to process your purchase, and you're going to get a letter in 60 days that is going to explain to you why you were rejected. And then you can respond to that letter and try to purchase a phone then. And I said, no, I'm not doing any of this. I'm not waiting 60 days. I'm just trying to give you people my money. I'm like, you can't tell me anything now. Like, at this point, the only thing I'm concerned about is that there's something wrong with my credit. And she's like, no, I'm not allowed to tell you over the phone. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I was like, okay, no. I'm like, I will not be purchasing from Sprint. I will not be making a purchase from you. This has been ridiculous. You've negatively impacted my credit because you keep doing hard credit checks. And everything about this has been a pain. So no, I'm not going to wait. And then you want me to wait 60 days and go through more hoops to try to frickin' buy from you? No, thanks. So I just told her, I was like, it's not happening. She's like, well, I'm not with Sprint. I'm with the credit people. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, do you want me to transfer you back to the Sprint people? And I'm like, no, I'm done with all of you. No, thank you. Goodbye. I'll get the letter whenever I get the letter. I am done with this forever. So I hung up. I said fuck it, and I got a pay-as-you-go thing I was like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I bought the phone directly from Apple so I could get my rose gold color. Got my rose gold color. And then I just went and got a pay-as-you-go thing from T-Mobile because you don't have to do any of the credit bullshit. And it's cheaper, and you get exactly the same service. Like, it's not different. Like, you just pay in advance before you use the services instead of paying, like, after you use the services. So I was like, this is dumb. This is dumb. The only thing that was different is that with a pay-as-you-go plan, you don't get international roaming. But fuck it. I've done Paris before with absolutely no cell service, so I'll just be stupid and do that again. Or jailbreak my phone or whatever you call it. But then, I went to buy a phone case, and I got the phone case delivered. And the phone case didn't fit. And that broke me. I just spent the rest of that night crying on the floor from all of this stress. And then my boyfriend very sweetly jumped in and set up my phone for me and did everything else that needed to be done because I had to, for my sanity and to keep me from going on a murder spree, I had to step back from this whole situation. So my boyfriend set up my phone for me and it finally got working and I finally got a case that worked. That was actually the right size and it's cute and it's got flowers on it and you can see the rose gold through it. And it was all a happy ending eventually. My phone works great. I love it. Hoping to love it for a long, long time. Have very few problems except it keeps being like, you can't sync with iCloud because you have too much on here, so you should pay Apple more money to put it in iCloud. And I'm like, fuck you, Apple. No way. I'll just put it on my computer. But then I got Sprint's letter, and I want to share with you what they sent me and ask you if you can interpret this for me because I still don't understand. Dear Riley Smith, thank you for your credit application. After a careful review, we're sorry we were unable to offer you the exact service terms you requested. I wanted one phone at their cheapest amount a month. Instead, we offer you service with the terms and conditions shown below. Your offer: wireless service for 15 lines with a predetermined monthly spending amount of $0. You can finance up to $1,400 per line. Financing on your account cannot exceed $2,880. I was trying to get a $60 a month plan. What? The wireless service will require a per-line wireless service deposit as shown in the table below. If it's 1 to 12 lines, it's a $0 deposit. If it's 13 through 15, it's $250. 24-month installments with, depending on the device selected, a down payment up to $1,600. Or $1,600 for the lease for the phone. I don't understand. And it was like, these items were a factor in determining your offer. No usable accounts, no usable retail revolving accounts, no rated real estate accounts. I don't have any loans or checking accounts. I guess they're credit accounts besides my credit card. What? What? They're offering me 12 lines? And they were like, you were rejected for buying one phone, but we'll offer you $2,000 of financing if you for up to 12. I don't need 12 phones. Who needs 12 phones? Unless you're a business. I'm not trying to buy 12 people phones. Why did you reject me for one phone? But then you finance up to $1,400 a line? What? And it was just very perplexing. I ignored them because I don't want this offer. I don't understand what it means. I had my boyfriend read it, and he's like a chemical engineer at Caltech, and he was like, I don't know what they're talking about or what they're trying to offer you. And so I just ignored them because at this point this literally came like months later, and by that time I had my phone set up already, and I was just doing the pay-as-you-go thing. And then they sent me another letter. Did this come after? How much later? Yeah, this came, so like a week after, because I didn't answer them, because I'm like, I don't want to use you. I hate you now. And, they sent me another thing that's like, we are unable to make a decision on your application, your credit application, because it is incomplete. In order to complete your application, please call to answer authentication questions that will be used to verify your identity. Are you gonna ask me if I know more Hispanic people? I know them. I've probably met them. So yeah, that was my debacle with Sprint. I like that they're like, if you do not call us to verify your identity within 60 days of 7/19/20, we will regrettably be able to give further consideration to your application. And like, my boyfriend got pissed off at these letters and decided to call them to basically be like, your service is horrible. Like, he wanted them to have a recording of him, one of us being like, your service is bad and you should feel bad. And so he called them, and he was on hold for so long, it's like they knew that he just wanted to yell at them, because no one ever picked up. He was never transferred to anybody. He was on hold for like hours and hours and hours. We were like driving somewhere trying to get errands done, and he was still on hold. Came back home and he was still on hold. So alas, we never got our closure with Sprint. They were unable to consider my application. It's like, you know how when you're talking to somebody on Tinder and then you don't want to talk to them anymore, so you stop talking to them? That's what I did to Sprint. And then they respond, they're like, hey, how are you? You know, over the course of like 3 days. And then finally they're like, you're ugly anyway. That's what Sprint is like, did to me with these letters. They're like, we don't want your stupid money anyway, so we're not going to be able to consider your credit application. The moral of the story is fuck Sprint and their weird credit system. I know that they got bought out by T-Mobile, and I ended up going with T-Mobile, and that kind of makes me sad because I guess all the money is going to the same place, but I know Ryan Reynolds is starting a phone, like, owns a phone company. So maybe I should have gone with him. I love Ryan Reynolds. And I hope that this debacle brought you joy. And Nadia Gomez, wherever you are right now, I'm sorry I've forgotten the exact circumstance in which we were associated, but I hope you're doing well.